Ryan Reynolds' latest family update comes with a heartfelt message. Days after the Deadpool and Wolverine star revealed the name of his and Blake Lively's fourth baby, Olin, Ryan confirmed their youngest child is a boy. The actor, also dad to James, 9, Inez, 7, and Betty, 4, with Lively, shared the news during a moving conversation with a man named John Bell, whose late son Jake Bell loved Deadpool. Following Jake's death in July 2020, John struggled greatly with his mental health. It was during his grief journey that John was inspired to help others facing trauma in their lives, thus creating the nonprofit organization Walking for Hope, which supports families and young people who find it difficult to deal with the pressures that day-to-day life presents, according to its website. "What I do now keeps me alive daily," John said in an interview shared to Ryan's social media July 26, "because I've made my peace with death. I'm gonna be reunited with him at some point, but a damn right ain't now." And John's journey is showing others that they're not alone. The resilience it takes to put one foot in front of the other, as many times as you've done it, and transmute that much grief into something powerfully useful, Ryan told John. "I'm very grateful that you shared his story. I want to share with you that I too have a son," the 47-year-old continued, "and if I love him 1/10 as much as you love Jake, I feel like I've done a pretty damn good job." After Ryan posted their conversation, John shared his gratitude for the Just Friends star. "I don't know how I have managed to keep quiet for so long," John wrote on X July 26. "I cannot even begin to express what this man Ryan has done for me personally and for our charity Walking for Hope. But I never forget the foundations," he added. "I want to express my gratitude to everyone who has gotten behind me and our cause." Though Ryan and Blake keep much of their family life private, he did share the name of their baby boy while sending a message to his loved ones at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere July 22. "I want to start by saying thank you to my wife Blake, who is here," he told the audience. "I want to thank my kids James, Inez, Betty, Olin, who are here. I hope that, if I'm lucky, this moment will be the most traumatic thing, that is, the contents of this movie, that happens in your wondrous life." And while Ryan has a close bond with his kids, he recently joked with E! News that they prefer his co-star Hugh Jackman. "They watched The Greatest Showman more than the editor for The Greatest Showman," he quipped. "And sometimes I come home, and this guy's actually acting it out with them, and that's kind of amazing." Keep reading to revisit more of Ryan and Blake's quotes on parenthood. "This will make your head spin. I have seen Frozen with my daughters so many times, and people don't know this, but if you play Frozen backwards, it's actually a shot-for-shot remake of The Exorcist," Reynolds joked on the Ellen DeGeneres show in 2018. Fun Uncle. On Deck. 15, 2016, Reynolds and Lively debuted their daughters James and Inez for the first time, at the actor's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, a common setting for notoriously private celebrities to introduce the world to their kids. During his speech, Reynolds said to his wife, "You make everything better, absolutely everything in my life better. You've given us two of the most incredible children that I could ever hope to have. You've made me the father of my dreams when I thought I only had fun uncle potential. Best thing ever." In August 2016, before the birth of the couple's second daughter, Reynolds told E! News, "There's nothing on earth more grounding than having a baby. It's the best thing that could ever happen to someone. The messy side. It's tough when you get pooped on and bar-fed on, but having a baby is wonderful," the proud mama told NW Magazine in 2016. "Even when it's tough and I'm exhausted, I think, I am so fortunate. A bullet for baby." During a visit to The Late Show with David Letterman in 2015, Reynolds gushed about his marriage and his daughter, but made sure viewers knew who was more important. "I would take a bullet for you. I could never love anything as much as I love you. I would say that to my wife. And the second I looked in that baby's eyes, I knew in that exact moment that if we were ever under attack, I would use my wife as a human shield to protect that baby." The joys of fatherhood. In tradition with his dark sense of humor, Reynolds shared this little parenting joke with his Twitter followers in 2016, "Being a father is the single greatest feeling on earth. Not including those wonderful years I spent without a child, of course. Daddy's dirty work. I always do the dirty work," Reynolds said on NBC's Today Show in 2016. "I'm happy to do the dirty work. So does she, but I love getting up in the middle of the night, I'm fine with that, all that stuff. Fatherhood," he said, "has been amazing. Morning duties. I had one of those mornings, rare mornings, where my daughter just didn't want me to leave, and it was only because my wife was asleep," Reynolds said in 2016. "But it was like, you didn't want to go. You just it kills you. There's Dad. You know, what was really weird was, we were watching the Super Bowl and my daughter saw it and she totally recognized me. There was like 12 of me, which is just like, to her, was like 24 useless boobs, Reynolds said in 2016. She was so not impressed. She was like, whatever. Becoming a big kid. Damn, it's hard letting your infant daughter go somewhere alone for the first time. I was a total mess dropping her off at Burning Man, Ryan joked to his Twitter followers in 2016. Look who's talking. She's great, man. She's great, the proud papa gushed in 2015 before revealing whether the couple's then only child James has started speaking. We're getting a lot of sounds, nothing that sounds like discernible English at this point, he quipped, adding, I'm mocking her a lot. Silly love. Fan City Reynolds, since the day our baby was born, I've felt so strongly in my heart that you were most likely the father, Lively wrote on Instagram in 2015, hashtag I love you so much it's silly. It's a constant surprise. Having a baby is just living in the constant unexpected, Lively said in 2016. You never know when you're gonna get crapped on or when you're gonna get a big smile or when that smile immediately turns into hysterics. It might be like living with a drug addict. But you have a baby and you think, I can't imagine ever not having a baby, because they grow up so quickly. I'd be an 80-year-old woman with a baby if I could. Family is everything. It's the best, Lively said in 2015. It's the thing that binds us all, family. We have very unique jobs for a living, but we all are a part of someone's family. It's a nice thing. Father's Day gift. On Father's Day, my daughter smiled at me, Reynolds tweeted in 2015. It was all the gift I needed as I packed a bag and left for 6 years to write a book on parenting. Everything's worth it. There have been times where I woke up, literally had no idea I had been walking for 5 minutes, he told E! News while promoting his movie Woman in Gold in 2015. But you love it. You wake up in the middle of the night, you got a big stupid smile on your face. I was telling someone else that. Anything else that woke you up every 45 minutes, you'd kill it. But when it's a baby, it's the best thing that ever happened to you. Proud papa. One of the most common things in the world is making out, having a couple of drinks, and then doing it, and then having a baby. I was perfectly sober for this one though. I gotta say, Reynolds joked in 2016. It's amazing. I just always marvel how common it is and yet how profound it is. And I always laugh because you know celebrities, you always cringe when they talk about their kids. Like, my child is the only one that has ever exited a womb out, ever. Daddy's little girl. Well, a lot of people have done this, so you always want to temper it with a little of self-effacement. But I love it, Reynolds said in 2015 about then only child James. I truly worship that kid. It's terrible. She has me so far wrapped around her finger it's dumb. She says and I will walk through a cement wall to get to her.